The night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and out in the shed I was wrenching on my bike, a black shovelhead. The push tubes were held up by clothespins with care, in hopes that two wrenches would adjust them with care. And the pistons were nestled all snug in their jugs, and everything's finished except for the bugs. And Ma in her leathers, just waiting to ride. A light snow had just fallen and settled outside. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, and I ran to the window to see what was the matter. When what to my bloodshot eyes should appear but a panhead trike pulled by 8 tiny reindeer, with a big old fat biker grabbing his I knew right away it must be Saint Nick. He moved slower than slow, and he looked for his cane. Then he whistled and shouted and called them bad names. Now, 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 and now, and jag. To the top of the porch, to the top of the shed, get your in gear or you're all dead. So up to the housetop with that panhead they flew, with the saddlebags full and that fat biker too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof that fat biker pit that goof. Then he drew another beer, and as he was turning around, he came crashing through my ceiling, landed right on the ground. He was dressed all in leather from his foot to his head, and he didn't get up, and I thought he was dead. A knapsack of goodies had followed him down, and he looked like an outlaw who had just got in my town. His teeth were all yellow, and his eyes oh so hollow, and he reached for his beer, but it was hard to swallow. His droll, thin-lipped mouth was drawn back in a grin, and black and gray patches was the hair on his chin. And that cigarette butt that he held in his face, he had patted it out in my old lady's vase. He had a tattoo and a big old beer belly that hung past his belt like a sack full of jelly. He was ugly and stunk, and he smelled of old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head, he looked through the ceiling to check on his sled. He spoke not a word, and then neater than he reached in his pack and started giving me My old lady got lace, and I got parts for my bike. For the kids he gave toys and said, I hope that you like. Then scratching his head and itching his nose, jumped up, arms outstretched, through the ceiling he rose. He kicked over his panhead, to his team gave a whistle, then they blasted away like an unguided missile. Then I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, that's enough for one night."